everyone, and welcome to Eugene, Oregon, where it appears my eyes have to be deceiving me. I'm looking skyward. There's liquid coming down from the sky, and everyone knows it never rains in Autzen Stadium. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Ducks will boot it away to start the game. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Running back searching for a hole. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
To the ground with the back. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Dropping back, it's Pitts. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On second down, he'll fire. Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He's got his man. At the 35, he's loose. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Off play action on first down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! And they score first.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field, and they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. First down here for the offense. Give to the running back. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
He really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the second level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
And he's running in the open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Comes out throwing on first down. Dances away. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Looking to throw on second down. Just a little off. Incomplete. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his tight end. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Now on the option. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quarterback will keep it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Coaches preach all week about physicality, physicality. That is how you do it. That is how you put it on tape. That's how you show everybody in the locker room, everybody on the field. This is how our defense is going to be. Do not run the football because we will knock you senseless.
The back goes in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They get him on the ground, a 6-yard run in the red zone down to the 11.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal.
29 Philly, 2-9.
Makes the grab on the shuffle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I don't know about the play call there, guys. 3rd down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up 4th.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Pitts. Gets it out quickly. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Might be looking to run. He's right on target. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Texas A&M 7, Oregon 3.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The gift to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Pitts. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to run for it. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Try to get it on the ground. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And this is the part of the field where it starts to be even more clear, right? I'm not backed up in my own territory. I'm getting towards midfield. 4th and inches. I can't get inches. I like my offense. I like their aggressiveness. And I like the way they went and got the first down.
Scrambling away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play. He drops back, first down. Got to play the whole field up. Scrambles around, runs for a first down. New set of downs, new set of problems.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolled. They might put up a 50 burger. This defense, I don't have any answers right now. They're going to just figure something out.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
He'll pull it on the read. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The corners are walked up tight. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, Dave, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Zone. Touchdown, Aggies!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
2nd and short now after that completion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Fast motion from the offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Now adjusting. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
The give and the run on 4th down. The Aggies get enough to move the chains.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Clark. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Buying some time. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggie. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll return it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback checking off. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun, looking for a man. Coming after him. Quarterback desperately trying to get it off, and he cannot, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. And do you think there will be second guessing about passing on a field goal try? We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive. One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me, too.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And the Ducks in the hurry up. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. The receivers often will run their route based on a trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
On fourth down, looking to pass. He's got him, and they convert. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Ducks are rolling down the field.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Line getting set on second down. The aerial assault continues. Caught close to the marker. It's Beebe. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
A little release to the back. Touchdown Ducks! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt, first half looked bad. It looked like it was weak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen, calmer. Now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Oh, he tosses it back. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Got it in stride at the 15. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touch. Gonna take a shot. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Oh, The offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down. This is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They've cut into this lead. It's down to 11 as they're set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. I know they put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-one.
The ball's free. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. And the Aggies get it past the sticks.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Calls his own number. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
He's looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He'll keep it himself. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. To the air, it's Pitts. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. That's caught. It's McCoy. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The offense lining up for a first down play. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Final play of the quarter coming. Quarterback checking the play. Dialing up a second down pass play. Trying to burn this defensive back. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown Ducks! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
They're trying to slam it in. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period.
Texas A&M 28, Oregon 23.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. First down to start the drive after the break. Defense in press coverage. They go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Pitts. Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out fast. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
From the 30-yard line on first down. They want to just keep throwing it. Looking for a deep man. He caught it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Buffalo is in front. They've represented Western New York so well today, but they still have to finish the job, and that's not a given. They're up by 7 over Kansas State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Going up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
This is a 3rd and long. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Blasted as he lets it go. Ball in the air, intercepted. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires deep toward the end zone. And here's the pick. And oh, did they need that right now.
That's one of the only ways you can get back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbound.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll put the tight end in motion. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Fires to the tight end. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 25. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Quarterback moving. Jukes his way for more. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. Oh, how did he make that move? He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Touchdown, Oregon! And here they come, almost all the way back. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a 1st down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Now, if you're really worried about the block, I guess you could think about taking the safety here in the free kick. He's got great speed. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Skips away from pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. He wants to throw it. He's got it down the middle.
They're able to get the completion right now, and you know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get your defense really, really quickly, and make sure you don't give up any big plays by not being organized.
Pocket starts to collapse. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Using his legs to buy some time. Touchdown, Ducks! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You can tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Oregon.
Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking to throw. It's caught. Their 2-point try is good, and now it's a 3-point game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative play. But if I can be aggressive, Palmer, I'm still trying to go to the end zone to get the immediate dub.
and take as much pressure off of your kicker as you possibly can. You just got to wonder what he's thinking right now. Lots of pressure on him.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Looking for a man. It's Pitts. Throws to the back. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Oregon. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Game is essentially over right now. You wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but it won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like to just keep it in the back of your mind.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.